You ever buy a cheap car thinking, yeah, this'll do for a year? And 5 years later, it's still going strong and you're like, wait, why hasn't this thing died yet? Today we're talking about those cars, the ones you get for next to nothing, and they just refuse to quit. These aren't fancy, these aren't fast, but they're tough as nails, easy to fix, and built to outlast the cockroaches. Let's jump into 10 cheap cars that just don't break. 1. Volvo 240. It's not a car, it's a Swedish tank in disguise. Boxy, slow, unkillable. This thing looks like a refrigerator with headlights, and somehow that makes it cooler. The red block engines? Legendary. You can drop a piano on this car, and it'll still drive. No electronics, no drama, just metal and mechanics. My buddy's grandpa still daily drives one from 1988. It's rusty, smells like oil, and has no idea how many miles it has. But it starts every single day. 2. Mercedes W124. When Mercedes built cars for engineers, not influencers, this is the last real Mercedes, man. Built like it was designed to survive World War III and still get you to the opera. Inline sixes and diesel engines that run forever. Rear-wheel drive, solid suspension. It just feels like quality when you shut the door. Yeah, it's old, but that's the point. If you find a clean W124, treat it like treasure, because they don't make them like this anymore. 3. Subaru Legacy pre-2004. All-wheel drive, no nonsense. People fear Subarus, head gaskets, oil leaks, boxer weirdness. But the old Legacy? That's the one you want. The EJ22 engine is a freaking tank. Real AWD system, not some fake front-biased crap. Comfortable enough for road trips, tough enough for bad roads. Just don't buy a beat-up ex-Rally Boy version. Find a grandma-owned one, you're golden. 4. Lexus LS400, a luxury car that refuses to die. This thing was Toyota's middle finger to BMW and Mercedes. They said, we can build a better S-Class and make it bulletproof. Legendary 1UZ V8, insane build quality, some were built by hand. Smooth, quiet, and comfortable like a living room sofa. There are LS400s out there with over 1 million miles. Try that in a modern Benz. Spoiler, you won't. 5. Chevrolet Caprice 90s. Big, slow, indestructible. Look, this is the kind of car you buy if you want to feel like a sheriff in a small-town action movie. It's got a V8. It's the size of a boat, and it just doesn't die. Rear-wheel drive, simple everything. Engine, trans, electronics, fixes with a wrench and duct tape. Not fast, not efficient. But if you want a slice of old-school America that works, this is it. 6. Honda Accord, 1994 to 1997. Just works. This is the Honda everyone forgets, and yet it's maybe the most reliable of them all. F-Series engines, basically immortal, manual gearbox, butter smooth, no fancy tech, fewer things to break. You'll still see these in Southeast Asia, the Balkans, and South America. Running fine on bad gas with no AC and a driver who's had the same car since '99. 7. Peugeot 406 2.0 HDI diesel. Yes, a French car on a reliability list. Believe it. Okay, I know what you're thinking. But the 406 with the 2.0 HDI diesel is a different beast. Built before Peugeot got weird with electrics. Simple turbo diesel, great MPG, surprisingly comfy, and drives well. These were taxis all across Europe for a reason. They just keep going, as long as rust doesn't eat them first. 8. Mitsubishi Lancer 2003 to 2008. It's not an Evo, but it'll outlive one. The basic 1.6 or 1.8 Lancer is the kind of car taxi fleets love. Dirt cheap to fix, never complains. Suspension takes a beating. Sure, it's not thrilling, but in terms of turnkey and go, it's up there with the Corolla. People forget how many of these are still out there, just quietly doing their jobs. 9. Opel Astra G, 1998 to 2005. The king of boring and reliable. This car is like dry toast. Nobody dreams of owning one, but somehow everyone ends up driving one at some point. Bulletproof 1.6 petrols, rust-resistant body, surprisingly, mechanics everywhere know it. You'll see these in Eastern Europe still hauling families, tools, dogs, whatever. And you know what? They get the job done. 10th, Toyota Avensis T22, 1997 to 2003. Toyota's forgotten workhorse. Not as famous as the Corolla or Camry, but man, this thing is solid. Built in the UK, designed for bad fuel and worse roads, the 1.8 and 2.0 petrols are near bulletproof. Looks bland, drives forever. Find a manual version with a clean body, and you basically have a Corolla in a trench coat. Outro. So yeah, maybe they're not flashy, maybe your neighbor won't drool over them, but if you want a car that starts every morning, handles broken roads, and doesn't drain your bank account, these 10 are the real MVPs. Got your own unkillable car? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear those 500,000-mile stories. Like, subscribe and hit that bell if you want more no BS car advice.